Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? Do a quick live stream real quick, man. Talk about this fight. Somebody left this in my comment section, asked me my opinion on. I believe it was a subscriber, Leo Donald. And at first, I was kind of confused because I was like, "Was he asking me like a dream fight or something between Filip Hrgovic and Mansour?" Because I know Hrgovic had the fight coming up with Gary Cornish, so I was kind of confused. And then just scrolling through Instagram really quick, and I seen Hrgovic, the picture I put up for this, the thumbnail. He is fighting Amir Mansour, man. So the Gary Cornish fight is off the table. Cornish, for a medical reason, had to pull out the fight, and it's going to be Amir Mansour versus bronze medalist Filip Hrgovic, man. Damn, it's going to be a good one, man. Hrgovic, he's 6'6". Amir Mansour is, the shorter guy. He's 6'1". Um, the one thing that really jumps out to me, man, is the age difference between the two guys. Filip Hrgovic is literally 20 years younger than Amir Mansour. With that said, though, Hrgovic's 26, Amir Mansour is 46. Amir Mansour, he does stay in shape. He's always in the gym. He's always see the dude on Facebook. He'll go on fucking 40-minute runs while he's talking to the when he goes live on Facebook, he literally runs for 40 minutes. Seen him in the weight room the other day. Um, Man, I really like this fight, man. This is a fucking intriguing fight, man. Blood, what's good, bro? What's good, man? Filip Hrgovic, one of the prospects I always talk about, man. He's 5-0. He won bronze. I actually before the 2016 game started as super heavyweight, he was the guy I was favoring to win gold. But anyways, bro, he had a fight with Gary Cornish that was scheduled. Cornish is a guy who fought Joshua when he was undefeated, got sparked in the first round. That fight got taken off the table. Now they putting Amir Mansour in there with him, and it's going to be a classic big man versus little man. The one thing about Amir I can say is over the past few years has his experience with the big guys. Right, he fought Gerald Washington, Dominic Brazil in two winnable type of fights. Man, he had the draw with Washington. He had Brazil down, hurt. Brazil, caught him, bust his mouth. He split his tongue open, and he swallowed blood, right? But there ain't no brownie points in boxing. There is no coulda, woulda, shoulda, or he lost the fight to Brazil. You know what I mean? He quit on his stool. It is what it is. But he had very good moments in that fight. Um, Man, it's just, but that 46 though, man, that shit kind of worries me a little bit, man. Being 46 years old, it's just almost like when is he going to run into the wrong guy? You know what I mean? No matter how much shape the guy's in, 46 and he's the shorter guy, the shorter reach. You know what I mean? Filip Hrgovic weighs more than him. And Hrgovic is a guy, he's a prospect, man, but he's one of them dudes that has hundreds of fucking amateur fights. Like I said, he made it to the Olympics. You can argue that he should have been in the fucking gold medal round because I thought he won that fight. Now, when I look at these dudes style wise, man, I see Hrgovic using his jab, trying to keep him on the outside and find a home for that right hand. I watched when I watched the Gerald Washington fight, I think he's going to do a lot of what Gerald was doing, man, keeping him on the outside with the jab, and then Amir is going to eventually say fuck this and try to get on the inside, but he may run into an uppercut, run into a right hand. Washington was having some success catching him with them shots. Now Amir may disagree with me and say, yeah, but that shit didn't hurt me. Okay, but the shit was snapping his head back. You know what I mean? He was getting caught with right hands. Um, I didn't think Gerald did I thought Gerald could have did more in that fight, but that fight ended in a draw. Brazil started to let leather go as the fight went on against Amir, but Amir's gonna come to get it. Damn, this shit just came out of nowhere, man. This shit literally came out of nowhere. It's gonna be September the 8th. I believe it's September 8th. Uh, this motherfucking fight just came out of nowhere, man. So damn, because I thought Amir was gonna get the rematch with Sergey Kuzmin. Kuzmin is another he was an undefeated prospect for Russia. Amir jumped in there with him. And that's one thing I like about Amir, man. And I think the WBC has been doing that dude wrong. The reason I say that is, man, this dude has won damn near every fucking, well, not just the WBC, but a lot of these sanctioning bodies. He wins a lot of their minor titles, like the international title, and you know, those little minor titles are supposed to get you rankings to get you up there to get in the fucking title eliminator, so on and so forth. But this fight right here going to be for the WBC international title. Again, does it really mean anything as far as grand scheme of things? No, obviously. But it does get you rated and get you, you know, get your ranking up and get you higher rated in a sanctioning body. You know what I mean? But of course, they're not gonna fucking be parading this build around like they're the heavyweight champion. We know that. You know what I mean? But I like Amir's attitude, man. Stays ready, always stays in the gym, and this is why when I see motherfuckers on their social media account like really putting in work, because you never know, because ain't nobody out there saying give me Amir Mansour. You know, it's like a lose-lose for motherfuckers, right? Because he is dangerous and he's old and he's an older guy. And some of these cats is 29, 30, 26. So if you lose to him, it's a guy that you possibly could lose to, and he's 46 years old. So it's not gonna be a good look for you. You know what I mean? So for Amir, knowing this and knowing only guys like Travis Kaufman, like guys like that will want to take those fights with him. Joey DeWecco, you know what I mean? Regional guys that take that fight with him, you know, some East Coast type of fights, or like a guy like Gerald Washington, Dominic Brazil, when they're trying to work their way up. But once guys have worked their way up, nobody's looking for Amir Mansour to fight him. You know what I mean? So right now, Amir has to take these type of fights. But the thing is, he's not complaining and bitching about it. You know what I mean? Because some guys, like older guys like Antonio Tarver, Shannon Briggs, they wouldn't dare take these type of fights. I think sometimes they're in fucking la la land with the fights that they want. And Amir, I think, is more realistic. And he's like, shit, give me the undefeated prospect. I'll take him. You know what I mean? So I like that attitude, man. This is a tough man. This is a good one to me, man, because Filip is a prospect that I've been saying as far as heavyweights right now. He's in my top 5 as far as prospects go. And Amir's a dude, I like his story. You know what I mean? Um, and the motherfucker's tough as nails, yo. It's just gonna be a classic big man versus classic little man. But with all that aside, if I had to pick who I think gonna win, man, I'm gonna have to say Filip Hrgovic, just based on 20 years younger. He's more in his prime. Big man versus little man. Uh, I think he has the skill set to control the range. I think he has a good jab. I think he has a decent right hand to where I think it will get Amir Mansour's attention and keep him on the end of it, on the end. And I think he has a good left hook. And I think Amir, the first few rounds may be a fill out round, but I think he'll start to sell out, meaning he'll start to try to get more aggressive, and he may start leaping in, and there may be a little bit of frustration in there. He'll probably start leaping in with hooks, and he may get caught down the middle. But then again, is, you know, so I'm gonna go with that. But I can also see Amir being aggressive. Filip, sometimes he likes to fight. He likes to fight out of that Klitschko-esque type of style, where his hands they're not necessarily low, but they're kind of medium range, where they're like in front of his chest a little bit, but his hands are out. You know how Vitaly used to fight. Maybe he can get, maybe Amir can catch him over the top, or maybe Amir can cut the ring off and work the body and pressure this young man and take his legs away. But that's, to me, it's asking a lot at this stage. I think it's asking a lot. You know what I mean? But if shit, Amir can land something solid, man. You see what he did to Fred Cassie. He put his ass. I mean, that was a nasty knockout. You know what I mean? I see a few of y'all in here. Let me see what y'all talking about. This live stream just fucking came out of nowhere too, man. Cause I just seen this and was like, holy shit, Amir Mansour, Hrgovic's fighting next, literally in like a few weeks. Let me see here. Blood Boxing Return says Mansour is older than me. Much respect. Yeah, and he out there getting it, blood. I follow that motherfucker on Facebook, man. Dude be out. He'll go like live on Facebook and run for like 40 minutes while he's fucking reading the Facebook messages, man. But like I said, bro, regardless of how much shape you in, and I commend him for being in great shape, but it comes a time where it's just like, okay, when is this going to end? You know what I mean? And style wise too, if he was in there somebody with a different style, I may favor Amir, but I think just style wise, this doesn't work in his favor. You know what I mean? The Sergey Kuzmin fight, I thought that was a more winnable fight for him. I thought they were going to have a rematch. I don't know why that rematch didn't come about, but that fight ended with a cut. You know what I mean? That's another thing. Will he cut easy in this one? And sometimes the older you get, man, uh, you get cut more, and shit just start to happen. You get more wear and tear in your body. Let me see here. Let me read some of y'all comments. AZ says, "What's good? What's up, man?" Rona Zoro says Brazil lost every round to Mansour, but Mansour got his jaw broke due to a weird mouth guard. Yeah, he was, but one thing I will say, and it was due to him swallowing his blood. I thought that Brazil was starting to come on a little bit later in that fight, and Amir had his ass backing up and everything. That's one thing about Amir, man. He be having these big dudes backing up. That's why I'm not completely counting him out, but and I said this a few years ago, man, that I thought Filip Hrgovic has a chance of being a champion when he turns pro. I said this before the games started. So this isn't me just shitting on the mirror and just picking this dude. Filip is a guy I've been watching since he was an amateur, man. But we gonna see, because Amir definitely gonna test his heart. He definitely gonna test him. And if Amir wins, it wouldn't shock me or surprise me. But I am favoring Filip based on styles. And I have seen guys have success with Mansour. Mansour's has success too with bigger guys. But I think Filip can implement some of what Gerald Washington was doing, but be a little bit more aggressive. If he does that, I think he wins the fight, because the Washington Mansour fight was a close fight. You may argue that Mansour wasn't sitting down enough. He wasn't using his reach enough in that fight, but when he was having success, it's like the blueprint to beat Mansour. You know what I mean? Let's see here. But man, if Mansour can cut that motherfucking ring off and make it into a dog fight, it's gonna be interesting then. But if he's just following and following, and Filip is just circling and circling and just staying on the end of that jab, I think he'll win by points. JMJ 2121 said, "What's good, Mr. Boxing? What's good, man?" The Celtic Magician says, "What up, big man? Heading out, so might miss this stream, but I dropped a like. I appreciate that." Arjun Gunlippy says, "What's up? What's good?" Jay Burrell says, "What up, Mr. Boxing? I managed to make it on time for this one. You be up early as hell, homie." Yeah, man. And this live stream right here it just came out of nowhere, because I was gonna do a video, just put the thumbnail up and talk over it, but just I don't feel like doing all that shit, editing and all that. Town Biz, my Bay Area partner, what's good, man? K Hogan says, "Oh shit, man, sore out of nowhere." Yeah, that motherfucker stay in shape. He ready. He is ready. K Hogan says, "This is a tougher fight than Sergey Kuzmin, and I think it probably pays less too. Kuzmin's promoter is the same as Povetkin's, as he has billions. No idea who Hrgovic promoter is." Boxing analysis says, "Fancy Mansour in this one, or in this, me." Uh, Boxing analysis says, "What's your views on Joe Joyce and Daniel Dubois regarding world title credentials?" Um, I think Dubois has more of an upside than Joe Joyce. I think Joe Joyce is a lot more battle tested than a lot of people give him credit for. Those fucking amateur fights mean something. Look, I know a lot of cats say that the amateurs don't mean shit. Well, yeah, because you can't bring your amateur record into the pros. But what I will say is you can get battle tested, especially when you're fighting the World Series of Boxing. These guys are fighting with no headgear. You know what I mean? So they're getting used to that leather touching their face, touching their actual face without the fucking headgear on. You know what I mean? And that World Series of Boxing helps you too, man, because it's damn near like you're pro. You know what I mean? Damn near. Uh, but and Joe Joyce had a lot of that experience. He's sparred a lot of guys. I know Daniel Dubois has too. But I think he's more battle tested than his little few fights that he has on his record show. Dubois, younger guy. I think he needs. I've heard the rumors of him knocking down Joshua and sparring and all these other things. But I think he has more of an upside than Joe Joyce. But Joe Joyce, upright fighter. Um, I want, big, strong dude. I want to see what it looks like when he starts getting hit. The same with Daniel Dubois, but I want to see what happens with Joe Joyce when he starts getting hit. You know what I mean? When he has to back up and it's not just a downhill fight. You guys always hear me use that term downhill, meaning you just coming forward, you having your way, coming forward, beating the shit out the other dude. What happens when you got to take a few? You got to take a step back. It's round three. You're tired. You got to get your second win. Your nose is busted. You know what I mean? What happens then? That's what I want to see with Joe Joyce. You know what I mean? But shit, he has the size. He has the pedigree from coming up from the amateurs. Uh, Hard puncher, strong. You know what I mean? It's just about getting him in there and see what he can do. AZ says, yeah, Mansour kicked Brazil's ass, dropped him. Yep, he did drop him. Carlos says, pretty good replacement for Cornish. Hell yeah, it's a good replacement. Came out of nowhere too, man. But just wanted to drop this little quick one, man. Really wasn't expecting nobody to really even show up, so I'm good with the few people that did. Then a fight like this isn't going to be, a big popular fight across the internet. But for those of you that like these type of heavyweight fights, you know what I mean? This is a very, very good fucking fight. Tiger Bomb Boxing, what's up, man? He says, how's it going, man? Good fight. This people like Sean Turner have caused Hrgovic some problems so far. Maybe he is still a bit green in the pros. Mansour can win this one. Tough to call, though. It is tough, man. And me favoring Hrgovic is just based on I think he's going to be a top contender. And I've been saying it before he turned when he was still an amateur. You know what I mean? So I'm going off that. But it definitely wouldn't shock me if Mansour got it done. It wouldn't because the motherfucker got power. He stays in shape. If he can get underneath Mansour and work the body and then work up overhand hooks, just overhand shots and hooks and clip him on his chin and getting him going back and getting him uncomfortable and invading his space. You know what I mean? Getting inside his bubble, as we call it. Anything can happen. But usually the big man always beats the little man. You know what I mean? But Amir Mansour has showed you though, he can fuck some dudes up. You know what I mean? He definitely showed that. Blood Boxing Return says, bro, you needed some boxing talk. Appreciate family. Yeah, man. Bro, I damn near jumped up when I seen this. I'm just, looking at my phone, chilling. I seen fucking Hrgovic versus man. So he do like a double take. Like, oh what? Like, what? I thought he was fighting Gary Corners. I'm thinking it's like a fan just putting some, uh, just making up some fights or some shit. But yeah, this shit gonna go down. I'm excited for this fight, man. I'm excited for this one. This is a good one. Uh, Eddie Sasa says big step for Hrgovic, but he needs big steps. Yeah, man, because these guys out of this Olympic class, the people that surrounding them are trying to push them quicker than your normal prospect. Because a lot of these dudes are in their fucking mid-20s. They're young guys, but some of them are in their mid-20s up into their 30s. You know what I mean? These dudes have hundreds of fights. Um, this class, the Olympic class, you know what I mean? Or guys that medal, because there's some guys that made the Olympics that are not getting pushed as fast as Hrgovic and Joe Joyce and Tony Yoka. A lot of the people that are around them are trying to push them fast. I know Yoka's out right now, but I know the people that are surrounding their careers are trying to push them rather quickly based on their amateur experience and going to the Olympics and getting a medal. JD says Hrgovic going to hurt old man Mansour, but that's good experience for him at this stage in his career. Grimbus08 says Cornish is trash. He said Cornish is trash. Even Jeff Hornet would have schooled the bum. Yeah, NBT Boxing will probably agree with you too that Jeff Horn would have beat him. Cornish, I thought he looked decent in the Sexton fight. But against AJ, man, he just fucking laid an egg, man. and I thought that was going to be an intriguing fight. I was favoring. I picked Josh. I did a prediction on that one. I picked Joshua to win the fight, but I thought Cornish would come out there and at the least go out on his shield. He just seemed like he got hit a few times and he didn't want none of that. He he didn't want none of what AJ was dishing out that night. Lewis Adams says Ivan Daichko is another heavyweight to watch. Yeah, Lewis, I don't know if you're new to my channel or maybe you're just saying it, bro. But yeah, I've done plenty of videos on Ivan Daichko. He's another guy that was in the Olympic Games. Um, Yoka, F.A. Jagba. There's a lot of guys, man. I've covered over 90 prospects, bro. Literally on my channel, on my playlist, on my heavyweight prospects. So there's a lot of fucking guys to look out for. Lady Sauce said, who has Dachko fought? He hasn't fought any that I can think of off the top of my head. I don't think he's fought any notable type of journeyman yet. I don't think he's fought like the Jamal Woods and the Avery Gibsons and the John Boldens and guys like that. I don't think he has. I could be wrong, but I don't think he's fought those types of guys as of yet. Grimace always says, bro, didn't Yoka get banned like 4 months? How the hell did he fight a month ago if he just meant to be banned for juicing? You know what, man? I need to do more research on that, and I need to do my due diligence to really look at that. I haven't really been reporting that. I did hear Fanon. Shout out to him. I did hear Fanon International Boxing talk about it briefly in one of his live streams, but I thought it was gonna be cleared up. You know what I mean? I thought it was probably some shit to just be cleared up, and it's not. You know what I mean? So he's going through a little setback right now. But I need to do some more research before I can really comment on that because I'm not sure what's going on exactly. Uh, Rayhan Mia says Joyce should fight Washington in his USA debut. That'd be a good one. That'd be a good one, man. I like that fight, or or like a Izu Ogono or something like that. You know what I mean? I like that fight. That's a good one. Yeah, Eddie Salter said he likes to fight too. Yeah, I actually like that one, yo. I think that's a good one. Shit, Gerald Washington just got done beating. He had a fight with John Wesley No Fire. You know what I mean? Got his rounds in. No Fire came to fight. You know, No Fire had, so that's No Fire's second loss. His first loss was to Joey Abel. He got bloodied and he got beat up in that one. You know what I mean? He did try to fight back, but Joey Bell was catching him with left hands and he was busting him up. Grimace always says, "Who is your top three Southpaw heavyweights in existence?" Top three. Well, let's see here. Well, shit, man. Are we gonna count Tyson Fury being able to switch to Southpaw? Because he can fight Southpaw, but Luis Ortiz definitely is up there. Um, I'm gonna throw Fury in there because he can switch, man. That motherfucker can fight a whole round Southpaw if he wanted to. Fury, Ortiz. Who else is a good lefty out there? You talking about just into like right now, right? Like guys who are active right now. I'm trying to think who else. I'm trying to think who else is a lefty. I'm trying to run through every damn heavyweight out there that I can think off the top of my head and see who's a lefty. Ortiz definitely number one though. Oh, of all time, shit. Hmm. Michael Moore is up there. I like Luis Ortiz, yo. I like his style, man. I even said this before. He probably has his style is probably is probably one of the more favorite styles I like watching right now, and it's one of the best styles I've seen. Doesn't mean he's the best fighter. I just like his style. I like the way he's just surgical with that left hand, man. The dude is fucking surgical. But Michael Moore is definitely up there. Um, Hmm. That's a tough one. I got to sit down and really think about that one, man. Michael Moore is definitely in there. No, Ruddock was not a lefty, but he damn sure worked the fuck out of that left hand though. Somebody said Chigayev, Chris Bird, Corey Sanders. Those are some good selections too. Chris Bird, that's what I was thinking of too. I was thinking of Chris Bird, Michael Moore. Um, Chigayev was a good short, small lefty, good boxing technique. It's funny with Chigayev because that motherfucker fought like he was like 6'4" or something, because they have like the high guard up. But that motherfucker can box, throw good combinations, lean to the side. Chigayev can fight, man. You know what I mean? Corey Sanders was a good lefty. Uh, I have to sit down and really break that one down, man, and get it and compile a list of all of them and then come to a conclusion. But Michael Moore and Bird definitely be in there. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go with Moore, Bird, and Ortiz off the top of my head, just sitting here right now. Uh, El Rachiga says Tishinko, the dude who fought last weekend, is a southpaw as well. I'm gonna check him out. Lewis Adams says Salton and Brigamoff, Tony Thompson. Um, yeah, those are some good lefties. And Brigamoff won a world title. Tony Thompson, a contender, uh, challenged for the title a couple times. Um, Good solid fighters. Blood Boxing says there wasn't many. Yeah, man, I'm sitting here thinking, bro. I'm trying to go to the 70s, the 60s. I'm trying to think. You know what I mean? There really wasn't that many, man. There's only been a fucking handful of southpaw heavyweights to win world titles. You know what I'm saying? So there definitely wasn't that many. I'm damn sure sitting here trying to think. World Breaker Fighting, what's good, my brother? He says, "What's up, Mr. Boxing? Chilling, man. Just heard about this Amir Mansour versus one of the, in my opinion, one of the blue chip heavyweight prospects that are out there. I think it's a damn good fight. But what's good though, man? Lewis Adams says active just now is the big Chinese dude, Zhong Long Zhang. You know what Zhong Long Zhang, man? I know he's like 19 and 0 with 19 KOs. He's just not active enough, yo. Zhili Zhang, I think, is the best guy out of China. I think he's the best one. And he's a lefty. Uh, he fought, who the fuck did he fight, man? Curtis Harper. You guys remember when speaking of Chris Ariola, I seen he posted a Instagram video of him hitting the heavy bag. I was going to post it until I seen the Mansour versus Hrgovic news. But anyways, um, he fought. Yeah, Ariola fought. Yeah, so Ariola, he has a video on Instagram of him hitting the heavy bag, and then the caption under it says hashtag soon. So maybe he's coming back. I'm not sure. But anyways, the dude who Ariola fought, Curtis Harper. You guys remember that fight on PBC? They had a fucking slugfest. They were both out of shape. Sometimes out of shape heavyweights can make for some entertaining slugfest, man, because they're both trying to get each other the fuck out of there because they know they're not in the best of shape. So he's trying to end the fight as quickly as possible. But anyways, Curtis Harper came into excellent shape for Zhili Zhang, man, and got sparked. You know what I mean? Evgeny Tashenko. Is he heavyweight? Let me know if he's heavyweight, I need to check him out. You know, when you were first saying Tashenko, I thought you were trying to say Teslenko, but there's so many goddamn Ukrainian dudes. You know what I mean? Shinko, Linko, and there's a lot of them, man. Um, okay, I'll check them out. I'm surprised I haven't heard of them. Let me see here. Let me see. Let me see. Lewis Adamson says, yeah, that Zhili Zhang has won his last 6 fights by first round KO. Yeah, didn't Zhili Zhang, didn't he if I'm not mistaken, didn't he go to the Olympics twice in '08 and 2000? I think he won I think he got silver in '08 at super heavyweight, right? And then he got and did he medal in 2012? Did he medal in 2012? I think he went to the Olympics twice. Yeah, he lost to Joshua in 2012. Hey man, do y'all remember that article? I actually did a video on it on YouTube. You can put it in the search box where Eddie Hearn was thinking about Joshua fighting Zhili Zhang. If y'all don't believe me, type it in. My video will pop up. I'm not sure who all did videos on it, but mine is still on YouTube. That and I have the article attached to the video where Eddie Hearn was talking about Joshua possibly fighting Zhili Zhang in China too. I think he was saying China, but let me see here. Uh World Breaker Fighting says not much, bro. Just contemplating. I hear that, man. Uh Let me see here. Rayhan Mia says Hrgovic beats Dubois now. I would actually favor Hrgovic in a fight like that because he's more nimble on his feet. He can move around. Dubois seems just very upright. Um, he the power looks like it's there, but he don't move his head enough for me. And they're both about the same size. And to me, when y'all both are about the same size and the other guy can move around a little bit more athletic, he can touch you and he can get away from you a little bit. It makes me want to favor that guy. I would love to see that fight though, but I would favor Hrgovic right now today. I would favor Hrgovic in that fight. Um, World Breaker Fighting says, why do you think Jennings is ranked so low? Um, that's a good question, man. That's a good question, bro. He need to holler at Bob, man. Tell Bob to pay, because everybody paying, to pay these sanctioning bodies some bread to get them rated higher, man. Because I'm seeing guys in the fucking WBO, Tom Schwartz, rated number 4 or 5, and what's my man's name? Karatoro Fujimoto's rated number 7. You know what I mean? Just some weird ass fucking rankings. BJ Flores before he lost to my man Trevor Bryan was rated number 5. Really? BJ Flores? Guillermo Jones is fucking rated like, and Guillermo Jones' best days are way in the past, man. Shouts out to Guillermo Jones. He did his thing back in the day, but Guillermo Jones fucking in the top 10 of the WBA. Just the weirdest rankings, man. But I think this Dimitrenko win um, should get him some higher ratings. You know what I mean? That's a good question, bro. I really don't know. Hey, man, with these sanctioning bodies, bro, there's a lot of shit that make you scratch your head, man. And I don't have the answer for a lot of this shit. It's just uh, got to know the right people, I guess, man, because some of these rankings just make no sense to me at all. Let me see here. Grimace Away says, bro, Dave Allen versus the Cannon. Who you think will win that scrap? Oh, Dave Allen versus Shannon Briggs. I think Shannon has enough to pull that one out. World Breaker Fighting says politics. Yep, that could be it too, bro. Politics, payola, um, and just who promoter is in, well, the politics, who promoter is in good with the sanctioning bodies, president, and all that type of shit. You know the deal, bro. You said it there right. It's the politics, man. World Breaker Fighting says it's a misinterpretation of who is actually top tier. Yes, it is. And I actually made a joke to somebody. Um, where I was telling them that the fucking WBO and the IBF, I believe it's the WBO and IBF, the bottom half of their top 15 literally looks like my prospect playlist. It's prospects galore. I'm just sitting there like it's a good thing because it's like, man, I kind of noticed these dudes coming up out of the amateurs. So for to see them be rated and ranked is like, damn, you know what I mean? These guys actually are rated now and world rated now. But at the same time, it's like some of these dudes shouldn't be fucking rated this high. Like, and not to pick on the cat, man, but Tom Schwartz is not a fucking top five heavyweight. He's not. You know what I mean? He's not, man. And I've done videos on him a year ago, but he's not a top five heavyweight. And just to see that is just like Kyle Toro Fujimoto, really? Come on, man. WBO have fucking Fujimoto number 7. Let me see here. World Breaker Fighting says Jennings' 2 losses are better wins than Dillian White and Tony Bellew. Let me see here. Eddie Salsa says sometimes I think sanctioning bodies is a nice way of saying mafia. That's what it seems like, man. 5 for Trail Swan says, who do you think White should fight in December? I think that he should fight. Well, I would like to see him fight Jarrell Miller, but Jarrell Miller has October 6th fight coming up against Thomas Adamek. I'm not sure how long he's going to be. If he wins that fight like we think he's going to, I'm not sure when he'll be back in the ring. But I'll say Derek Chisora. Either Derek Chisora or how about a guy that beat Derek Chisora? To me, beat him cleaner than what Dillian White beat him. And that's some of you may disagree, but shit, Ajay Caballero. You know what I mean? Eventually Cabello's gonna have to get in there with fucking somebody. He's the EBU champion. Not that in the grand scheme of things means anything, but he is the EBU champion. I wouldn't mind seeing White versus Caballero. Just I wouldn't. I thought he beat him. I thought he beat Chisora cleaner than White. You know what I mean? But definitely the Chisora fight. I would like to see that fight. If Dominic Brazil ain't doing shit and still sitting around trying to chase Deontay Wilder, I won't mind seeing him fight Dominic Brazil. You know what I mean? So Chisora, Brazil, Cabello's like, at the bottom, but I wouldn't mind seeing that. You know what I mean? But the Chisora rematch, I definitely think he owes him a rematch because that shit was razor thin close. And Dominic Brazil's another nice fight. And of course, the fight that I really want to see him fight is the Jarrell Miller fight, though. That's the number one. But yeah, Chisora, Brazil, and Caballo's like a distant third. Something like that. Definitely not no fucking journeyman. I don't want to hear nothing about no journeymans. I don't want to hear nothing about people scared to fight me. I definitely don't want to see no fucking journeyman level guy or some fringe contender. You know what I mean? Or so a low level fringe contender. All right. I definitely don't want to see that. Just a waste of time, in my opinion. Lewis Adamson says, do you think Huey Fury is fighting Pulev at the right time in his career to beat him, or do you think the judges in Bulgaria will rob him? To me, man, I think whenever you're fighting a guy in his home country, there's always a possibility for some fuckery. You know what I mean? That's just how boxing has always been. But to me, with Huey Fury, man, he wants to be up there with the best. So in order to do that, you have to fight guys who are rated high, and Pulev is one of those guys. And this, look, whether it's the right time or not, when you're in a situation of where you could be in a title eliminator, the final eliminator for a title shot, hey man, it's shit or get off the stool. You know what I'm saying? So him being ready or not, him being ready or not ready, we'll see on fight night. But shit, he got to fight Joseph Parker. I think he likes that taste of almost winning a world title. And I think the kid is hungry to get a world title, man. So he's going to take the Pulev fight. Pulev is getting up there in age. He has a great jab. Um, he has decent power. He's very flat-footed. He fights with his hands kind of apart so you can catch him. Um, but I think Tyson Fury got the footwork, got the hand speed. I think he's a tough kid. I think he can beat Pulev. I really do. But Pulev can punch pretty hard. He has a good right hand. He has flat ass feet. And if he can't dictate the jab, because Dimitrenko in that fight with Dimitrenko, man, Dimitrenko was having some success against Pulev. Not a lot, but he was having some, and it was when he was working his jab and being a little bit nimble. Then Pulev became the guy that said, "Well, fuck the jab. I'm gonna start hitting you with power shots." It's funny sometimes because the guy who has, or who on paper at least has, a superior jab, they don't like being jabbed. You guys ever notice that? Like Larry Holmes, one of my, you guys know how I feel about Larry Holmes. Holmes was in there with fucking Carla Truth Williams. He hated being out jabbed. You know what I mean? Sometimes the jabber can be out jabbed. It was shit Klitschko when he fought Pulev, right? Klitschko started to go to lead with power shots. He kind of said, "Fuck my jab. I'm gonna start landing with power shots because this dude can jab right with me." Pulev was out jabbing Vladimir. Then Vladimir switched up and said, "All right, motherfucker, I'm gonna lead with left hooks and right hands," and he started busting Pulev up. I think Pulev is that type of way too, where if you start to jab with him or you're matching him jab for jab, he's going to start to go with the power shots. And I think he's going to be doing a lot of that with Fury. And I think he may be lunging and missing and getting, and Fury may make him pay for it. But maybe I'm thinking too much of Tyson Fury. But I think Huey has the ability to do that. It's just, can he carry it out? We'll see. EJ Boxing Live's in the building. What's up, man? Let me see here. J. Royal says, "I wish the sanctioning bodies would combine and do it NCAA top 25 style. The champ is undisputed and they fight the highest rated who doesn't have a fight. Maybe I'm just naive to think it could be so simple." Yeah, it's not going to be that simple, bro, because I remember I said shit like, maybe they should just rate the title holders. You know what I mean? Like, but the sanctioning bodies, they're more interested in having multiple fucking heavyweight champions in their in their fucking organization, like the WBO. These bastards, I mean the WBA, I'm sorry. These bastards got 3 different heavyweight champions. Listen to that, y'all. The WBA has 3 different heavyweight champions. The WBA has 3 heavyweight champions. Oh my goodness. I see somebody, Callum B says Caballel versus Wallen versus Otto Wallen. I'm gonna go with Caballel in that fight. Wallen's a little decent southpaw. Um, Swedish fighter, southpaw. Him and Granat finally got it on and fought. I thought they should have fought when they were undefeated, but Otto Wallen, he's a guy that's been in Anthony Joshua training camps. He was in the camp with Joshua when AJ was getting ready for Charles Martin. Um, I actually did have done a prospect watch video on Otto Wallen, but I think Caballel's a more compact fighter. I think he can rough up Wallen on the inside, and I think he can box with him on the outside. I think he's a more versatile fighter. I'm gonna go with Caballel in that fight. EJ Boxing Live said this is going to be a great fight. Yep, I definitely agree. If you're talking about the Hrgovic versus Mansour fight, I definitely agree with you, bro. LR Trigger says, I don't know, resume is top 10. That's why BoxRec is unbiased, although they count his wins at other weights. That's the only bad thing. Yeah, you know, and I know BoxRec, they go by their own algorithm, but sometimes that shit just be way off to me, man. I know they give guys points for names and all that, but dude, like a year ago, BoxRec had and this is app, and I've brought this up before, and it's no disrespect to him because I like his fighting style. He comes to get it. They had Adam Konowski number 10. I actually did a video on it, and I was like, damn. And I just asking other fans, uh, do they believe that Adam Konowski is a top 10 heavyweight? Because BoxRec has him at number 10. And I did not think that at that time that Konowski was a top 10 heavyweight after the Spilka win. I'm like, dude, he beat Spilka. Like Spilka gets you top 10 rated. You know what I mean? But yeah, I know they go by their algorithm, man. But I think that shit's way off, man. You know, you say unbiased, yeah, but I don't know about that, man. That shit was way off. At one point, they had like fucking Christian Hammer number 6 or something. You know what I mean? So that shit be way off. When Tarver was active, they had Tarver high as hell too one year that I remember. Let me see here. World Breaker Fighting says to eradicate the manipulative practices that keep us from getting the best fights. I missed your other comment. You said this is why I'm an advocate of sanctioned body reform and legislation, at least in the U.S. Yeah, I agree with that, man. God of War says BoxRec ratings are based on facts, not politics. If you beat a high scored fighter or get a lot of points, it's not a perfect system, but it's still better than all the sanctioned and body ratings. I think that's debatable, man. I really do, bro. I think that's debatable because sometimes I've seen them top tens, man, and I'm looking at that shit like, huh? How is he that high? But, but I will, you know, it's debatable, man. It's debatable. But the WBO, I think the last time I was looking at all the ratings, man, it was between some of them. It was between the WBO and WBA. I think that has the worst ratings. I think it was those two I was looking at the other day or like last week or some shit, and I was like, damn, these ratings are horrible. Maybe I gotta check them again, but I know the WBO is really up there though, man. Tom Schwartz and Karatoro Fujimoto in the fucking top 7. Come on, man, stop. Oh, my man, Fed Shake Boxing. What's good, Shake? He says Jennings versus Mansour would be awesome. I'm surprised that hasn't been made yet. Would be a huge fight in Atlantic City. Both guys from the surrounding area. Yeah, bro. Or you can throw that shit right up in Philly. Just have it right in Philly, just the way they had Mansour and Dweco. You know what I mean? I believe that fight was in Philly. I believe. Was it Connecticut? I don't know, but it was an East Coast fight. But yeah, hell yeah, man, that'd be a good one. They'll both come to get it. They won't have to go looking for each other in the ring. You know what I'm saying? They'll both come head on and brawl it out. Now I know Jennings sometimes he'll leave his high guard style and he'll kind of fight in a elusive manner like he did with Dimitrenko. He'll sneak in with the jab and but once he get hit in the mouth one good time, he gonna put that high guard up and come forward. You know what I mean? Same thing with Mansour. I'll see him on the outside sometimes trying to box and paw with his jab and lean over to the side and try to find the left hand. But once he get hit one good time, he want to come forward. You know what I mean? So that definitely would have been a good dog fight. Let me see here. 5-4 Trail Swan says Konowski versus Ruiz. That's a good fight. I'll go with Ruiz. I think he's a sharper puncher, the better combination puncher. Um, Both guys seem tough as nails. Uh, that's a good one, man. Damn, that's a good one. I was just talking about Jennings and Mansour not having to go find each other. These motherfuckers don't have to go find each other either. That's a good one, yo. But I'll go with Ruiz. I think he's the sharper fighter. I think they're both similar, but I think he's sharper in his combination punching. Um, he seems as if he may be the harder puncher. And I think his defense is better. He'll put up the high guard and try to parry and block shots. You know what I mean? He'll parry some of your punches and he'll block shots and bend. Whereas Konowski, man, it's literally like he uses his gloves and his fucking forehead to block shots, man. He's just all out war. Like I called him Jason Voorhees, man. It's like this dude. I mean, he's just all out war. You know what I mean? But I'll favor Ruiz. I think he's a sharper fighter. All right, y'all. I'm gonna read a few more, man. I appreciate all y'all showing up, man. This is kind of a live stream that came out of nowhere. I see my man Trap House Boxing is in here. What's good, bro? He says good step up fight for Filip. He also says, "What's up, homie?" You know, I got Hrgovic. He's kind of used to those wild fighters. A lot of guys usually jump right on Filip. I'm going with Hrgovic as well, man. Let me see here. Try to read a few more. Sir Cryptimus Prime was good. He says, Wagwan, what's good, man? JD says the WBC have the silver champion, the interim champion, and the diamond champion too. They all the same. Yeah, but see with the silver though, it's not the way that the WBA go around parading this shit though. Like when you go to like like when you go to Fight News, right? And you look at the top 15, Fight News for the WBC, they'll have Deontay Wilder's name in bold letters and then the top 10 under him. The IBF will have Anthony Joshua's name, then the top 10 under him. The WBO, Anthony Joshua's name, the top 10's under him. When you go to the fucking WBA, it's Anthony Joshua and Manuel Char in bold letters, and then the top 10 is under them. Like, really? Really? Like, bro, the WBA really parades the regular champion around like he's the real fucking champion. The silver joint is just like, okay, you're gonna be next in line. That's what that silver strap means. Like when Povetkin had it, it just meant that you were next in line. The WBA really parades around the cats like they're the champions. So I disagree with you on that one. Look, all of the sanctioning bodies have like the IBF International and yeah, those minor belts to where you step up and get a shot at the guy that's the title holder. You know what I mean? The guy that's the IBF champion and shit like that. Bro, the WBA parades the regular champion around like he's like they equal that shit to like the WBC champion or something. So I disagree with you on that one, bro. Now, if you want to say like the interim joint, okay, I understand on that one. But the WBC do have the fucking champion emeritus, which, and I think they got the champion in recess, but they don't be parading them cats around the way the WBA does, though, in my opinion. I see Blood and Trap House talking about the heavyweight World Boxing Super Series would have been fire for heavyweight. Hell yeah, it would have been. You damn man, that's shit. That's new money right there. Hell yeah, it would have been. Lewis Adamson says, who you got? Charles Martin versus Adam Konowski. I actually talked about this fight too in the live stream I did yesterday. Um, it's a toss up, man. I actually did a video. Hey, bro, I'm about to hop off, but I did a video on that fight. Just type it in the search box. It'll pop up. But it's a toss up based on all types of things, man. But go check that one out. Give you something to listen to for today. All right, but go check that one out. I did a video on that. I'll be doing more as the fight approaches, but there's just a lot of variables that go into a fight like that. You got the big man, and I know Charles Martin is a guy, when you think of him, the shit that's burned in a lot of our minds is the AJ fight. But there's more to him than just the AJ fight. He does do some things well in the ring. Um, if you watch like the Joey Deweyko fight, the Glenny Hernandez fight, the Rafael Zambunu Love fight, he fought a cat named Vicente something or the other. I forgot his name. He does do some things well. He has a good left hand when he wants to sit down and place it. He can hop in and out with his style, the way he was piecing up Joey Deweyko, giving him a 4-piece, hopping back out, putting the jab back on him, walking him down, cutting off the ring, leading with the left hand. He was doing some good shit. He was getting his shit off, and then he got hit in the mouth of he got hit in the mouth a good time against AJ. Just wanted to collect his check and go home. It seemed like, you know what I mean. Then you got Konowski, man, who, like I say, man, this dude is coming forward. You can hit him in his face. Really don't matter. You're gonna just keep coming forward. But my thing is that shit runs can run dry too, though. You know what I mean? You just can't keep having that style and not get pieced up. Shit. In Konowski's fight he has with what's the cat's name? Lago Kiladze, when he was fighting him, although he won the fight, he tired the dude out, broke him down. Kiladze was piecing him up, sticking and moving, piecing him up. I think Martin can do that as well. And he's a heavier puncher. And I think his conditioning will be better. I think it will. But hey, man, if Konowski backs him up, get him on the ropes. Yeah, shit. You know what I'm saying? I see somebody. Okay, I'm gonna end in a second here, but I see somebody talking about Dimitrenko versus Price. Um, that'd be a weird one. He did this shit again on Saturday. I'm sorry, with Jennings. Yo, what the fuck is up with Dimitrenko always like falling? Like he'll be in a clinch or something, he'll just fall. Or if you push him, he'll like uh do like a over dramatic fall into the ring or fall into the ropes. Him and Jennings was in a clinch and Jennings pushed him off. This dude literally, y'all, turned his body he turned his body around and like dove into the corner to the ring post. It's like what the, like he's always falling and dropping down and rolling around, but he fought an entertaining fight with Jennings. He actually dropped him. He did hit him behind his head, but that right hand he landed, Jennings was kind of leaning into it and he kind of turned as the right hand was landing. He fought a good fight, man. He started to tire down the stretch. Jennings was getting to him, landing Jennings landed a damn good it was like a it was a counter left hook. He had the high guard up, landed a counter left hook. When Dimitrenko was throwing the right hand, he left it out there kind of lazy and low, and got caught with a left hook off the corner of his head, kind of caught him on the temple. You know what I mean? But I thought the stoppage was premature. I thought the ref should at least try to let him get up. But yeah, man, Dimitrenko's a sometimes he does just weird shit in the ring, man. Just weird. Do y'all notice that? I'm gonna see if one of y'all noticed that. Maybe not, but I don't know. When I watch Dimitrenko, man, he be doing some weird shit in the ring. God of War says Tom Schwartz does the same thing with the falling. I'm trying to think when I watched Schwartz. Well, in his last fight, who was the cat that Schwartz fought, man? Where they had that foul fest. Sanad Gashi, is that the guy's name? Was it the Gashi fight? Where they were just fouling the fuck out of each other. Yep, okay, it was him. All right. Well, all right, y'all, man. Just a quick little I'm a fucking boxing junkie, man. So just a quick little fight. Y'all must be some boxing junkies as well, because y'all are here talking about boxing as early as fuck where I'm at. Um, I'm gonna drop some more videos today. I don't know if I'm gonna go live or I'm gonna just drop regular videos. But either way, man, just look out on the channel for some new content. I appreciate y'all joining me this morning, man. Y'all be good. I'm gone.